Logan, thanks for stopping by the studio.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all having me. I hear like a lot of people saying, you know, that the pandemic has caused them to like face themselves. You know, a lot of people have said that, you know, they had to look at certain things. You have to sit in the crib, but like a lot of people quarantined had to sit in the crib with like family members or just themselves and face a lot of them internal things that they've been avoiding for a long time with their job or whatever. And I think it kind of allowed me to do that too. Kind of just allowed me to sit there and like look at myself like really and be like, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. And like, this is all the stuff I need to do. So it kind of helped me just find myself and gather myself. Honestly, it forced me to do that, really. So I guess it helped me grow.
So what?
I think I look at it as a win for me personally in that respect. I'm big on perspective and the way you see the world. Like I couldn't let myself look at the world and look at what's going on and be like just in this negative bubble, you know? So I had to find a silver lining and see like how we could make the best out of this. I'm optimistic about, you know, the future. I think that I'm hoping the worst is out of the way, you know? And I think that we could continue to grow and progress, like not just as a nation, but as a species, you know, overall, like amongst the whole world. So I'm optimistic, man. I'm happy. 8MatikLogan, the EP was just a self-titled joint that I wanted to put out. Basically just, you know, celebrating my independence, getting on my deal and just, you know, separating myself from what used to be, you know, and really solidifying that mark, saying, okay, now this is it, and now moving forward, this is the next chapter. So that's what it was for me, was like a reintroductory to the world, you know, as 8MatikLogan. And I think it did that. For Blue Fame, kind of just piggybacking off of what I was doing with 8MatikLogan, but kind of just more so developing and progressing in terms of the sound, like sonically, you know, and it was my first project that I was playing with production. So it's the first project where it's records produced by me on that joint. So I hold that shit dear to my heart. Like I love that project. I wanted to do something, you know, like 8 songs, a little bit longer than the EP, but still like leave room for what's coming after, you know? And just leave more room for growth and not try to just give people like a million songs right away on a project. Like, I just like to walk them through the phases that I'm going through, you know? And as I grow and progress, just let them come with me. So that's what I was doing with Blue Fame. So I worked really closely with my producer early in my career, Flight. And so I had a lot of input in a lot of my production early on. And then when I went to ATS, I had a ton of production and I spent a lot of time with the producers there as well, with Oz, Don, Rob, you know, all my homies. So I already knew what the fuck, like, type of energy you need to be a producer. I already knew what went into being a successful producer. And me as an artist, I only worked with successful producers. I wouldn't tolerate working with an unsuccessful producer. So, you know, I've been around them. So it's like, I know what they bring to the table. I know how they carry themselves. I know like some of their philosophies, you know, the way they see production. So I just wanted to continue to learn. And like I said, like I'm big on ownership, and not to say that producers are like these bad people, because I got a lot of producer homies that are cool, but just dealing with people all the time, like I run everything myself. So at this stage, just dealing with producers and dealing with contracts and, you know, people having like hanging shit over your head for you to put a song out, or, you know, asking for different terms after the song is made. It's just like a lot of the political and like stuff that is out of my control. I was like, you know what? I already like production. I love music. I was like, let me see what I could do. And if that's the case, if I end up being raw, I could eliminate like a lot of headaches and a lot of like hiccups and, you know, stuff like that. So
was producing self-taught? or did someone help you?
No, my boy Oz helped me. My boy Jamie helped me. And like I said, I've already been taking notes from like Flight, Don Rob, all my producer homies, you know? So I've already been kind of studying. I'm a very observant person. So I was already like, you feel me? Trying to see like how they was doing everything. But yeah. So the project just came out. I got the merch on right now. You feel me? I got the hat. I got the hoodie on. I also dropped 8Matic record logo tees with the 888 edition with that says, you know, January 1st release date. So the merch is out now, but the project just came about almost accidentally. I was already putting out Blue Fame. And so like the day after I dropped Blue Fame, I went to the studio and I made Paralyzed. I made Paralyzed the next day, and then that same week I ended up making like the rest of the records, like Duke, Don't Let Go. I can't remember the other one I made, but I made them at the studio like that same week after I dropped Blue Fame, and I already had records like Criminal. I already had Take It or Leave It. I already had Zandy and Voodoo. Like I already had a bunch of records, so I was like, man, I really want to put something out to kick off the year. I was trying to shoot for Christmas, but it just didn't work out. And then eventually I was just like, you know what? I got a better idea. Let me just kick off the year with this. I just made these new songs, like, and then I went and I built my own studio in my crib over the pandemic. So I shouldn't say built, like I just got the equipment from my own setup, but yeah, so that I made Tighter and I made floor seats at the crib. I was just trying to see if I could learn how to like engineer, mix and master. So they sound cool, but I'm still getting better at that as well. But like, for real, just the project came about on accident and I just let it flow and let it keep going and see where it went, you know, and put it out. But 888, the name, I just love the aesthetic, you know, and it means, if you look up the meaning, it means like a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? It means a few things, but so the title was somewhat symbolic as well.
So you're big in manifesting, right?
Oh, for sure.
Tell me more about that.
So I like to think that I've manifested almost everything in my life. I believe that we create our own destiny as we go along. Like, I don't think that destiny is something that is set in stone from the very first day that humans walked on earth. Like, I feel like I said, you create it as you go. So in terms of manifesting, like I realized at an early age that what I thought about was like, I didn't even understand for real. I was just peeping game. Like when it came to girls, when it came to like getting on certain sports teams, like, or just hanging around certain people, I just knew like if I put my energy and effort towards that, it's almost like common sense, you know what I'm saying? And so that's just how I approached that. And then just reading books and just seeking enlightenment has helped me understand better how to manifest things and the different like avenues and ways you could do that. But I think people, if on a bare minimum level, if you don't have any experience or know anything about manifesting, just look up like the law of attraction, read books like The Secret, you know, stuff like that to just get you introduced to the concept. But I think it's key to like thriving as a human. Thoughts become things, you know what I'm saying? So 8Matic Book Club came about on accident too. Like when I was in my deal, I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I went and I bought a book about the music industry and I read it and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like it just took me 10 steps forward in my career. You know what I'm saying? Just by reading this book. So I was like, all right, hold on. I went and bought another book for like some whole other shit. And I was like, damn, it's helping me in the same way, just in a different aspect. So I was like, I gotta let people know that if they do this too, we could just take steps. We could just actually leaps. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how to express that energy. So I was just like, I gotta make a book club. I seen No Name doing it. She made a book club and I was inspired by her. I was like, man, I've never seen a rapper with a book club. Like, and then she did it and I was like, this is amazing. But I did it and I was like, you know, I don't make music like that's necessarily, it don't really correlate with a book club. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I thought that was unique and I thought that was special for me. And that shit just came about on accident too, but I'm so proud and happy. Like, and I want to take it to such huge places. Like, I have so many ideas. Once like this COVID stuff and the pandemic shit is kind of over, I want to do like back to school book drives, and like we was talking about, like maybe like getting like shipments of books and giving them to kids, or, you know, seeing like what field they're in and giving them something related. So I just want to see where I could take it, and just stay open-minded. The music business book is definitely my favorite, but Outwitting the Devil and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Man, I could go on and on. There's so many books. You can go to the book club and definitely see. The Silent Patient is a good novel if you like thrillers or like, you know, psychological thrillers and shit. But I just finished reading The Power of Habit. It's a fire book. But yeah, I got a lot, bro.
Were you a big reader before the book club?
Nah, never.
Did
Like,
you ever pick up a book for fun?
never for fun. Like, I used to read back in school, like, but that's how I know, like, I've always been this person. I just steered off on the wrong path a bunch of different ways, because I do remember in school, bro, like, I was really good at math and I was reading at like a fucking high school level at like 2nd grade. I just didn't know how to channel any of that energy. You know what I'm saying? So now that I handle everything myself, like just dealing with numbers and dealing with like I'm looking at the stock market and real estate and shit like that, and like these numbers are like, everything's just coming so smooth. Like, and with the reading, like, these are things that I should have been playing with and pursuing prior, but you know, everything happens for a reason. I never used to read, bro, like never. I tried to read when I started making music is when I read The Secret, and that was the only book I read since like outside of school.
Why did you decide to pick it up?
My boy Flight, when I started working with him, he was like, you gotta learn about the law of attraction. And so it was him and Elton from Classics, I think, that they told me, they put me onto the book. Okay, so I just launched 8Matik Records. That's my independent record label. I own it, and I just distributed my new project through it. So that's our first release officially. I do plan on taking it to another level in terms of bringing other people on board. I don't know what that looks like or what that means right now. I know that's like a PC answer, but I really have artists that I fuck with, like, that's like family members, that's like where I'm from, that I want to put on and give them opportunities. So that'll be more so what I use it for, to kind of shed the light on what I want. You know what I'm saying? What I think is dope. But I'm not out here like looking for artists. I did it more so for myself. Like the same thing with the same reason for the production. Like I'm trying to build like an empire and leave a legacy. You know what I'm saying? So. I could change one thing. I mean, if I could change one thing, I'd change the executives. I would change the people that's, you know, coming up with these contracts and that's been exploiting people for years. But other than that, I would change 360s. I would change the percentages, or I would just take out, like, I would let artists keep their merch. You know what I'm saying? Like name and likeness, like let the artists keep that, you know. I don't know, I would change. I know there's an interesting concept in the music business book where they talk about changing contracts from albums to masters. So like instead of 3 albums, you'll get X amount of masters. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dope change we could do to like alter things, but I would have to change the whole climate. Let's shake the whole thing up.
Not just one thing.
Yeah, you gotta shake the whole thing up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What do you think shows will be like after post-pandemic?
Me personally, I don't care like if it goes back to normal, but I know some people don't even want to be next to each other. Motherfuckers ain't finna be like screaming, pushing each other, jumping all over, like sweating on each other. Like, so I know a lot of people are gonna be weird about it. I don't care though. I just wanna perform. Like, I don't really give a fuck what we gotta do. Let's just go perform, you feel me? So that's what I'm on. Working on some more stuff with my book club and behind the scenes in terms of like some personal ventures and stuff. But I'm working on my next project that's gonna be out later this year.
Is that a title?
Yeah, but I can't give it out yet. Can't give it out yet. But it's gonna be fire though. It's super hard. It's gonna be 100% produced by me.
Features?
No features, not yet. Who knows? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start playing it for people, and then maybe if I hear somebody, I'll be like, okay, maybe reach out and let's see if we can make it happen. But right now, no features. It's gonna be my second release as under 8Matik Records, and it's gonna be like, I'm hoping it's that next step, you know what I'm saying? That next jolt in my career, cause I'm about to put a lot of me into it. Oh shit. I'm finna put a lot of me into that project, and I want the people, when they see this next project, I want them to feel what I felt when I made it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I really care about. But there's a bunch of other stuff, like a bunch of ancillary things, like extra outside things that I have to put in order to make sure that they get it the way I need them to get it. So that's where all my energy and effort is going for these next couple months, is making sure this project comes out and does the right, is executed the right way. So that's where the majority of my effort is going right now.
Well, Logan, thanks for stopping by.
My dog.
Sharing with us what's going on in your life at the moment.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all for having me, and looking forward to the future, gang. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. No, you can't follow me on Twitter, hold on. You can follow me on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, 8MatikLogan. Get your merch, 8MatikLogan.com. You already know we bumming, man.